everyone. I was thinking about doing a video on all the books I have and I've been studying, and so I thought this would be a good time to go over the beginner books that I've been reading and all the other books that get into the many subjects of paganism and Wicca and witchcraft. So I'll start with this book. The first book I've ever gotten, I got this, well, this is the second copy I lost the first one, but I got this back when I was about 13 years old when I wanted to read it, and I was like, this looks interesting, maybe I'll read it and get something out of it. And it's called The Only Wiccan Spellbook You'll Ever Need by Marion Singer and Trish McGregor? Yeah, McGregor. And it's not so much Wicca, it's more or less witchcraft, but it goes over the basics, like all the holidays and all the like simple basic spells and like the elements and how to make a sacred space, etc. And just all the basics, the very bare basics. And it's not very expensive. It's only like about $9 at like Borders. You can find it anywhere. They sell it at like, sorry, I say like a lot. They sell it at Barnes & Noble, Borders. I got this actually in a bookstore somewhere in the small, I don't even know what the bookstore was called, but it was there. But anyway, that's a good beginner book. And another good beginner book, which I just bought the other day, and I was looking through it, it's called Nicole Sommesous' Magical Book, Divine Ways to Live Your Life Wisely. It's not so much a witchcraft book, but it gives, like, basics on certain areas of witchcraft, like divination by runes. You can see that at all. Probably can't, sorry. Yeah, divination. They give characteristics of signs like the Egyptian astrology. Sorry, you can't see that. I don't know if you can see that any better, but I'm trying. They have the Chinese zodiac, the regular astrological signs and their affinities. What the signs have to do with your health. I don't know if that helps anybody, but I'm not even sure if you can really see the book, but you can. It's always good. The star chart and ruling elements, but basics like that tie in with witchcraft. I got it the other day. I think it's pretty cool. The other things I have are this really big book. I think many of you probably seen it before in other videos, but this book, The Book of Shadows, for the New Generation, Solitary Witch by Silver Ravenwolf. I like this book personally. I think it's great. It's a good reference book if you want to learn like more in depth than from this book. It's a little bit more detailed than that book. It has a lot more on the altars, and it has the Wiccan read, and the holidays go more in depth. And yeah. So that's always a good book to have, I think. And then there's, if you want to know more of the history, there's this book called Magick and Witchcraft. It goes over like the different kinds of magic and witchcraft that like tarot, like tarot came from. Sorry, I'm stuttering. It's terrible. Different, like the Hermetic tradition in alchemy. They have witchcraft. They have the Gerald Gardner witchcraft, which is known as Wicca. They have demonology and Satanism in here too, which I don't understand why it would be in here, but it is. And they have a lot of pictures in it, and it's a good read, but I don't think you can buy it if you're under 18 because there's nudie pictures. My mom bought it for me, so I don't know. Then there's, as funny as this sounds, I know it's going to look ridiculous, but Wicca and Witchcraft for Dummies. I was recommended this book, actually, not personally, but from Miss Mrs. Fiendish Bat, and she was talking about this book, and I went out and bought it, and honestly, it's a really good book if you're trying to learn about witchcraft. I think it's great. It goes over basically what that other big book I showed you was, and it has other things that, like, you could know about, like performing Skyclad, which I don't think a lot of people do that anymore, but I don't know, what would I know? I don't usually go to group gatherings, I guess you could say, but it has all the things about the god and the goddess and things that are really actually useful, so it's not a bad read if you want to read something like that. And I have all these other books that I got yesterday. I haven't gotten a chance to go through all of them, but I also have a few that I have gone through, like Moon Spells. Basically has spells for anything that has to do with the moon, and then you can just do it by whenever the moon is in, like, when it's waxing, when it's waning, when it's full, when it's new, and when it's dark. I think new and dark's the same thing. I'm not sure. Whatever. Sorry if I offended anybody with that comment, but I really don't know at this moment. Kind of forgot. Anyway. But I think it's a good book because, you know, it has a bunch of spells for men and women even, and it's kind of helpful, I think. I think it's helpful. So, then I got, oh, here we go. This, if you're a teenager, like a young teenager wanting to learn more about magic and what it's all about, and you don't, please, if I could say anything to anybody, Wicca and witchcraft is nothing like Charmed, Harry Potter, any of those movies. Please don't go by that. That's not an accurate reference at all. You cannot turn your teachers into cats and toads, and that doesn't work. I'm sorry. I had a friend actually, and I'm getting off topic, but I had a friend actually who asked me, what can I do in witchcraft? And I was helping him with his path because he didn't know what to do, anything. So I was like, well, what do you think it is? And he told me, well, I'll be able to turn this person that I don't like into a toad. And I was like, really? If that's what you're here for, then don't do this, please. Don't waste my time and don't waste yours. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. If you're a teenager and you're looking to get a good read about, like, the basics of magic, this book right here, called Maiden Magick, and it's by C.C. Bronwyn. Sorry that I haven't been saying the author's names, but C.C. Bronwyn, and it's actually a really good, like, first interpretation of witchcraft for younger people wanting to go and see what it's all about. I think it's a good book. I read it. I remember actually reading it back when I was about 14, 15. I was working at a library and I saw it on the shelf. I wasn't working, I was volunteering. Same difference. I was doing most of the work. And I saw this book on the shelf. Sorry, I'm waving it around too much. And I thought, wow, that looks cool. And I looked through it and I thought it was cool. The concept was good and I thought it was great. This might be for an older witch, maybe with a witch or a Wiccan who wants to get more in tune with their other. I don't know, I might be a little young to have this, but I just bought it the other day. It's called Wicca for Couples, Making Magic Together. It's about having, like, doing, well, it has some sex references in it. I went through it the other day. But I think it would be a good read for a couple if you really wanted to get in touch together with the god and goddess. And I just think it's a good book. I don't know. I went through it. I skimmed through it. I didn't really read it yet, but so far what I saw was pretty good. This is more or less like interpretation. It's called From Witch to Wicca, I believe. And it is by Leslie Ellen Jones, and she writes about like the differences in witchcraft and Wicca and what it means and what it's like, and it just has all these different things about Wicca and witchcraft and the differences between it and like Christianity site. I think it's a good read if you want to learn about it. But yeah, it has all the runes on the front. I just noticed. I don't know if you can actually see that. Hopefully you can, but yeah, there's that. And then this is for more my age, I guess, going into college soon, I would suppose. It's called Rocking the Goddess, Campus Wicca for the Student Practitioner. There you go. And it's an okay book. I mean, I haven't read it completely. I've gone through the pages, like I said. I just bought some of these books yesterday, but I went through them. And I think so far it's a pretty good thing if you are going to be living in the dorm room. It helps out with that. So I think it's good. It's by Anthony Page. And by the way, I got these all at a discount bookstore. Best thing in the world, because some of these books are like $12 and $13, which is a little bit ridiculous, I guess, for a book. But I got them there for $4. See that? I don't know if you can see this. It's $3.99, but that was amazing. Favorite bookstore in the world. Okay. Anyway, and then this read book someone of any age. It's called A Charmed Life: Celebrating Wicca Every Day. And it's for anybody of any age. It's like, I have all these reference books now, so I'm just showing them so get people's opinions on what books they think are good and which books they might want to look at. So this is what it looks like. By Patricia, I don't know if it's an I or a J. Telesco, I can't tell what that is. I don't know if it's too high, sorry. I don't know if you can see that, but that's who it's by. And then I have these books. And I got them because I really, really needed them, because I actually bought crystals and gemstones, like, a couple months ago. And there are some I really don't know what they are, and I also have like the full pieces. I might get those out in like the next video. But I got this. You might have seen them in another video. I'm sorry, I'm covering my face, but the Crystal Bible and the Crystal Bible 2. They're really good. They're by Judy Hall, and they explain the metaphysical properties and the outer appearance and where you can get these rocks, or if they're rare, if they're expensive, and also, it has like the tumbled, what the tumbled form looks like, what the raw form looks like. And it's really helpful sometimes.